because I'm also a business person, I'm able to notice the gaps that are there. So maybe I can implement those gaps to improve on my brand and to make it better.
How are you cooperating with the traditional and the culture?
The recent collection that I did for Festac Africa Festival, I tried to incorporate traditional into modern.
Greetings everyone, welcome again to the Made in African show that brings you true and original stories of Africans.
My mom would buy me something, maybe something long, and I could just come and modify it. Maybe I would make it short.
In today's episode, we're with Tabby Yalla, Kenyan fashion designer, and she's the founder of Godmesa, fashion brand born and based in Kenya.
How will this dress look on my client? How will the finished product look like? My fashion sense, my mom was very artistic and her wardrobe was very colorful. I would say my mom was my first ever fashion influencer.
Tabby encourages other African fashion designers to adapt the sustainable fashion to save the continent and the planet as a whole.
Like they can embrace more sustainable fabrics. We have eco-friendly fabrics that they can incorporate into their designs.
Made in Africa show is sponsored by Fashion Trends Africa, a fashion news website under www.rcfs.rw, where you can find news of new and established African fashion designers. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome again in Made in Africa podcast. Today we have another very special guest. How are you doing today?
I'm great, and I'm happy to be here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Dear listeners, fashion lovers, fashion enthusiasts, we have a very special guest from, what's your name, by the way?
I'm Tabby Yalla. I'm a fashion designer and creative director at Godmesa. So my brand is called Godmesa, and it's a clothing brand that is dedicated to delivering cutting-edge, innovative, and contemporary designs that celebrates individuality and bold expression.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Tabby, we will go back to the business itself.
Yeah.
So let's our viewers and listeners know who is Tabby. So when did you have a dream to become a fashion designer? Tell us the story.
The story started pretty much when I was younger. I come from a fashion background. My grandfather owned a tailoring business that catered for stitching police uniforms. And my mom is a retired art teacher. So growing up, my mom influenced my fashion sense because my mom was very artistic and her wardrobe was very colorful. So I would say my mom was my first ever fashion influencer.
Oh, that is very interesting.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, thanks to your mom. Big up to your mother. Is she still alive?
Yeah, my mom is still alive.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, she's retired though.
Okay. So,
yeah.
Mom, if you listen to this podcast, all of these special things goes to you. So,
yeah.
Which part of Kenya are you guys from?
I'm part of where I come from is I grew up in Kisumu, but my home is Nyakach.
Okay.
Yeah.
You are a talented fashion designer. You haven't gone to school to study fashion design.
No, I'm self-taught.
Oh, that's
yeah,
so.
I'm a self-taught fashion designer.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell us the journey of Godmesa. Here we are. You are self-taught. When was the first time you created the outfit? Like I created my first piece style.
Okay, as a young girl, I used to experiment with pieces. I used to make my own, just buy thrifted pieces, and I could just modify them in maybe how I wanted. My mom would buy me something, maybe something long, and I could just come and modify it. Maybe I would make it short. But my first ever collection, I did it in, I think, 2018. That's when I came up with a skirt. It was a leopard print skirt. So that was my first ever collection that I did in 2018. That is now where I could say I started shaping the brand. into now making collections and knowing that maybe these are the materials I want to work with. And yeah, that's when I started to doing it professionally. Yeah.
That is professionally. Let's go back the idea itself as a fashion. One person told me she was always criticized. Actually, she was saying before she started a fashion house,
Yeah.
she was sitting on a street, just something comes in my head.
Yeah.
And she was criticizing people, and she started fashion brand by criticizing people on the street walking. Like, that person is wearing, the style is not good. That one style is not good. So to you, what is Tabby and fashion itself? You said you started in 2018. That is
Yeah.
7 years ago.
Yeah.
So before that, 7 years ago, you said you started when you were young, when you were a kid. Take us with the fashion. How is you and the fashion you are connected? That's all years until 2019. Take us you when you were high school.
Okay, me in my high school, I schooled in area primary. And during my primary years, I'm very good in hand stitching, handwork. So during my primary years, we had this home economics teacher who could make us do some handwork. And most of the time, if I delivered mine, the assignment that was given to us, the teacher would always tell me that I didn't tell you to do this, to use a machine doing the assignment. And I could tell the teacher I didn't use a machine, I used my hands because it was homework to take back home.
Okay.
So the teacher would complain that next time don't use machine, just use your hand. And I keep telling her I didn't use machine, I used my hand. So one day she sat me down and told me, now I want you to make this while I'm watching. So the teacher watched and she could see how I was doing it and how passionate I was. Then now it became a habit. Like she could bring a lot of her stuff, make me do them, and she could sell. But it was a good thing for me because it nurtured that creativity. So I have a good eye for fashion and fabrics. I love fashion. I love being in spaces that really enhance my creativity. So, and just looking at, I loved thrifted items growing up. I loved shopping and buying thrifted items and just modifying them. So I think that is how my journey grew.
Wow, that is very interesting. That is actually what fashion lovers and fashion enthusiasts, they was waiting to see how you connect with the fashion industry, and that is very impressive. So you were talented for a long time, and 2018 you started the Godmesa.
Yeah.
So what's the name came from, by the way?
Godmesa is as a name that is associated with uniqueness. I come from a place called Nyakach, and Godmesa means flat-like table mountain.
Okay.
In Nyakach. So like I told you earlier, my background in fashion. I come from a fashion background. My grandfather had a tailoring business. So, and my mom also influenced it. So I wanted that uniqueness, to incorporate that uniqueness in my name because it's the place is associated with uniqueness because of its geographical features. So I wanted to incorporate that uniqueness and also to carry forward that my background, my fashion background into my designs and into my brand.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you talk about the uniqueness, the feedback from your clients.
Yeah.
If you compare the 2 years ago, comments from your clients, how are they?
It's nice. The name is catchy. Once I tell someone it's Godmesa, they normally tend to associate it with God. Why do you call your brand that? So when I tell them Godmesa means table mountain in Luo, yeah? So it's rich, the richness. It means it's a rich name, So it's something that will catch your attention. If I tell you like Godmesa, it will catch your attention. So I wanted something that will catch somebody's attention and also the rich background about the name. Yeah, I just didn't want to pick any name. I wanted a name that has a rich background and reflects on my journey as a fashion designer.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you look at talking about the uniqueness, Kenya is big market. If you look your tag, how is it cooperating with other designers? Like if you were when I met you in a study center, you were in exhibition.
Yeah.
So how do you see yourself when you are doing exhibition? You look at other creations from other fashion designers and you compare yourself.
Mostly I don't compare myself, but I'm just me. It's only that I get inspiration. I get inspiration from other brands. And because I'm also a business person, I'm able to notice the gaps that are there. So maybe I can implement those gaps to improve on my brand and to make it better. But most of the time, it's just inspiration. I can't be someone else. I'm just Tabby. And there's uniqueness about me. So I can't be someone else. The only thing that I can draw from another person or from another brand is inspiration.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is very awesome, actually.
Thank you.
Yeah. So another thing about your brand, our fashion viewers and the enthusiasts, they are also wondering is do you style men and women, children, schools? So what is the area of your clients and the customers?
Okay, I deal with the majority of my clientele is women, but I also do men, and I do a bit of styling. When someone comes for fitting or when someone wants consultancy on maybe what favors their body. So I do a lot of that styling. I don't deal much with kids, but when maybe I have a request from a client that maybe I can do something for the kid, it can come as a package. Maybe someone will come, I want a dress for my husband, myself, and my kid. So I'm able to cater for that.
So when I think about your brand, actually, you know what comes in my head? Can I tell what comes in my head?
Yeah, sure.
It is the fabric, that color you are putting on.
Oh.
Yeah, so that brings my other question. What is your favorite colors? You personal, because the clients, they want their own colors. What's about you?
I love different colors because different colors inspire me to make different designs. I wouldn't say that this is my favorite color. I love colors and patterns in general, but I love colors that stand out, colors that are easily noticeable. There are some colors that or patterns or fabrics that you wouldn't notice. So I love working with designs that inspire something and colors that inspire something. Like this outfit was inspired by the peacock. If you look at it, it has the peacock. Yeah. So I wanted to make something stylish. Yeah.
Actually, it looks so fashionable. Like I'm just now staring at the zip.
Yeah, the zippers and the down part has some circles going on.
Okay, so fashion lovers, fashion enthusiasts. We will share a picture on our social media so you can see how she's looking today. She looks very fashionable. I'm sure you are the one who made that for yourself.
Yeah, this is me made, Godmesa made.
So you're wearing your brand.
Yeah, I'm always wearing my brand.
Of course. So when you see the fabric, like talking about the fabrics, how you do see the fabrics in general in Kenya, like the availability of fabric? Where do you buy fabrics, by the way?
Oh, the fabrics are locally, I source them locally. They are locally available. So most of the fabric, I source them locally. And there's a variety. There's a variety of fabrics in Kenya that there's the vitenges, there's the traditional attires, there's the chiffons and silk. So the availability of fabrics, Kenya is not lacking. I wouldn't say Kenya is lacking in availability of fabrics. Yeah.
You mentioned something traditional.
Yeah.
How are you cooperating with the traditional and the culture? And you said you're from Luo, right?
Yeah, I'm from Luo. I'm Luo.
Yes.
Okay, like the recent collection that I did for Festac Africa Festival, I tried to incorporate traditional into modern.
Okay.
Yeah, so I tried to do Maasai. I got inspiration from the Maasai tribe. So I incorporated some traditional Maasai fabrics into my collection. And that was just to celebrate because it was an international thing. So I just wanted to incorporate and celebrate the diverse Kenyan culture. Yeah.
Okay, that is very amazing. When you look at the finishing, everyone is talking about now the competition is all about finishing. How do you see yourself, your clothes, the finishing, when the piece is done? How is it?
My pieces have to stand out because it starts with the idea.
Okay.
Yeah, it starts with the idea that I'm trying to create and the vision. I have to look at the vision. How will this dress look on my client? How will the finished product look like? So most of the time I have to make sure that it's unique. The concept is unique, and the way it's been done, the craftsmanship, the finishing has to come out really, really, really nice, and it's something that has to stand out so that when you look at it, or someone has to admire a Godmesa piece. Yeah, a Godmesa's piece has to stand out. There's just something unique about a Godmesa piece.
Oh, that is very interesting. Even in the way you're saying it, you look so very confident that my piece is very unique and very...
Yeah, my Godmesa piece has to stand out. It has to be like the flare, the buttons, the zippers, the collars. It just has to stand out. Yeah.
So some other questions our fashion viewers and fashion enthusiasts, they may also ask is, do you produce pieces and you put there for sale, or you wait orders so you can create the pieces?
I do both. I do ready to wear. I do ready to wear, and also I do bespoke. I do bespoke design. So I do both. Yeah. So it caters for different clienteles at different times. Yeah. So I do both.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your investment. How much money did you invest? No, yeah, I know it may be a secret, but because that's how fashion lovers and fashion enthusiasts, they can understand how far you have achieved. If you look at your investment in 2018 and compare it today, how is doubled if you compare on percent?
Okay. When I talk about investment, when you're starting a business, you can't, what I believe, like what I stand for, when you start a business, you can't like bring the investment, what you have, the savings, and maybe wherever you're getting the investment from. You can't bring it all out and put it into the business. You have to see how the business grows. So mine has been in terms of investment, I've grown. Like I started with a small percentage, and now I have to grow and now put in more investments as I grow. So it has to be a progress.
Okay.
Yeah.
The reason why I asked about the investment, and I want to understand how many sewing machine you started with, and how many do you have now? How big was your first offices, and how is big now?
It's so funny. I started with I started with the machine that was gifted to me by my brother-in-law.
Okay.
Yeah, it was an old machine that was gifted to me, and it was very faulty. It was very faulty, but it served the purpose. So later on, I was able to acquire more machines, overlock machines, and all that. So like I said, it's a growth. It's a growth. You can't start and have it all. Like you have to start from somewhere and grow. So I started with an old Singer machine. Yeah, that was a gift. But I still have it to date because I treasure it. It reminds me of my journey.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you should find a name to that machine.
I'll name it after the person who gifted it to me. Yeah, it's my late in-law. So I'll name it after that person.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and how many machines do you have now, if you know secret?
Right now I have 2 machines, and then I have 3 machines.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you look at the orders, and you think there are enough machines, or you think you need more machines?
I'm looking into scaling this year. And next year, I am looking into big opportunities. I'm looking into big growth because I have so many ideas that I have not exploited yet. So I'm looking to bring in more machines. I'm looking to bring in more tailors to help me with the job. I'm looking to create jobs and create wealth for myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
So before we continue with investment,
Yeah.
I will be back to the investment because investment it's a big key.
Okay.
Let's see now we're talking about fashion.
Yeah.
Everyone talk about made in China. How do you see made in China comparing it to made in Africa? By the way, why do you think made in China is cheaper than made in Kenya?
Maybe because of how they make their fabrics, how they source, and maybe how they make their fabrics. But most times I see, which is a sad thing to me, I see the Chinese, they come here to Kenya and take some of our prints and they go and replicate them and come back and sell it cheaper. So it's not a very good thing for us because I feel like it's killing the local industry, local fabric industry. So it's not a very good thing, but we keep doing our thing.
The question I'm trying to ask you,
Yeah.
like the dress you are wearing now, you made it for yourself. If I ask you how much that dress?
This dress goes for 8,500.
8,500.
Yes.
So if that dress for you it's 8,500,
Yeah.
that's made in Kenya.
Yeah.
Then the question is why, if there is another dress the same color, the way it made, let's not talk about it, the quality. Maybe you can also talk about the quality.
Yeah.
Why the made in Kenya still expensive?
It's because mine is the idea behind the dress. I sat down and came about with how I want the dress to look like, the time I've taken to the hours that I've taken to make up the dress, the quality that I've put into the dress, the zippers and everything. I can't just price myself like the Chinese would do because maybe they mass produce. I don't. At times I make limited pieces. So I can't compare myself to someone who has maybe 100 employees, you get.
Yes.
And someone who's mass producing. So me, I don't mass produce. I make bespoke pieces when I'm trying to preserve the originality or the idea behind my dress. I try to make limited edition pieces.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you look at, let's talk about the collaboration.
Yeah.
I have seen you were in a fashion agenda.
Yeah, Fashion Agenda Africa. Yeah.
So Fashion Agenda Africa, tell us, how is it? How are you collaborating with other fashion designers? What's the benefit are you getting from Fashion Agenda?
Okay, Fashion Agenda Africa is a platform that empowers young fashionpreneurs. It gives them space for growth. So we have a number of designers, makeup, just creatives in general. So it's just a space that we collaborate, and it's a space that helps us to grow, to nurture our talent, and also to give us opportunities. There are so many opportunities that we get from that platform.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you look at yourself, Godmesa, when you are in that platform with other fashion designer, what is you think like, this is my role in Made in Kenya as fashion brand I created?
Okay, my role in, you're asking about my role in fashion?
Yes, the role of the brand in a growing movement of Made in Kenya.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I think I've impacted the economy. I impact the economy of Kenya.
Okay.
In that I create jobs.
Okay.
I create jobs, and I also collaborate with makeup artists. I collaborate with photographers. I collaborate with suppliers. So I'm enhancing the economy, and I'm enhancing putting food on the table for other people. I'm also helping in the sustainability story, because it's a concern that we are dealing with globally. So I'm also helping in that because I embrace sustainable practices in my brand.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you share how you embrace that sustainable practices in your brand? Yes.
I make timeless pieces. I make timeless pieces that can be worn over a longer period. And I also advise my clientele on wearing sustainable pieces and timeless pieces. Yeah, I do education to my clients. I help them to understand the importance of taking care of their garments.
Okay.
Yeah, because some people don't know how to take care of their garments. You sell something to them in maybe 3 months' time, it's washed out. Yeah, so you have to educate a client on how to take care of the garment and how to buy and embrace timeless pieces that they can wear over a longer period.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's actually something very, I asked many fashion designers, but I think that's something you bring a raw bit in you. I think that's very important. So then sustainability is a big deal. How do you think fashion designers in Kenya can contribute to sustainable development?
Fashion designers in Kenya can contribute through eco-friendly practices. Like they can embrace more sustainable fabrics. We have eco-friendly fabrics that they can incorporate into their designs. Also, we can do more of upcycling and recycling the thrifted fabrics. We can. It's something that I'm seeing fashion designers are now embracing. And they're using the denim fabrics to make shoes, to make bags, to make jewelry. And also Kenyan brands are now coming up to make their own fabrics. You see, you find someone making fabrics out of maybe fruits like the beetroot and turmeric. So it's evolving. It's evolving, and it's something that Kenyan designers are embracing. And it's unique. They're doing it in their own unique way, which I love.
Made in Africa show is sponsored by Fashion Trends Africa, a fashion news website under www.rcfs.rw, where you can find news of new and established African fashion designers.
Yeah.
When you look at that sustainability atmosphere, everyone wants to contribute in, there are some challenges that fashion designers also face that may impact them to be part of that sustainability. According to you, what challenges are you facing, and do you think fashion designers, they are facing that are really impacting them to fulfill participating in sustainable development?
Some fabrics that we use for sustainability, like the organic cotton that maybe you'd want, that is good. The organic cotton that you'd want to do and maybe to use in your designs can be expensive. So getting it, and even the bamboo, there's the bamboo fabric made out of bamboo. The availability and maybe the pricing for it is expensive. So as much as you'd want to use that or incorporate that, it can be a bit pricey. Yeah.
You are saying the investment still. Now we back to the investment. You are saying there is a lack of an investment. How do you, when you look at the investment in general, how do you see, do you find many investors come to invest in fashion designers in Kenya?
It has not yet picked up yet. I think the designers are still shy. But fashion designers also need to put in more work and just to show out the creativity. Investors won't come to you unless they see how good you are and the creativity and the work that you put in. So we should up our game as designers and just do amazingly different things, and the designers will just come, because designers are looking for something different, something that stands out. So it's us to put in the work and the designers will come.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you are sure that Godmesa, you can convince Nike to invest in your brand?
Why not? Why not? Everyone is looking for uniqueness, and if they see that that is what Godmesa stands for, why not? I'm very sure that big brands would want to collaborate, so I'm very positive about that.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe in myself and I believe in my brand.
I think that's very impressive that you believe you can convince international big brand. Let's look about the fashion events and the participation, because I have seen you participate in event and the fashion. Tell us your recent fashion show in Kisumu. How was it?
It was fantastic. I got to meet designers from Nigeria, across Kenya, and also globally. I got to meet, there were investors, and it was dynamic. I got to see a lot of variety. I got to meet amazing people. It was a celebration of culture and heritage. So it was a good platform, and I was also able to showcase on the runway. So it was a good platform for myself and for my brand.
How many pieces did you showcase there?
I did a capsule piece. I only showcased like 8 pieces.
Okay.
Yeah.
So looking at the fashion events in Kenya, what fashion events do you participate in Kenya so far?
Okay, I do. I love spaces that showcase fashion in general. I love going to runway shows. I love going to museums. I love going to exhibitions, art galleries, anything. Anytime I hear about anything fashion, I'm always running. How can I participate? So yeah, that's the passion that I have for fashion. So anything fashion, I'm in. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So far, how many fashion shows have you participated since you started?
So far, I've participated in 2. East Africa Fashion and Leather Textile was my first ever runway. So Festac Africa was my second. So far, I've only done 2. But hoping for more. I want to do more.
Actually, the collection at the East Africa Leather,
yeah,
that one was good. I was happy to film everything and make you a very nice video.
Thank you.
Did you love my video?
I did.
Then tell the viewers how how good I am.
I did. I loved the way the video was edited and how my designs were brought out. So I loved it. I loved how it was done. Was amazing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Still to the collaboration, when you look at collaboration between Kenyan fashion designers, someone was saying people should compete, but let people work together. How do you yourself see the generally collaboration with fashion designers?
Yeah, collaboration is good. It enhances your creativity. Maybe there's a way you see something that maybe I don't see it the same. So when we come together and collaborate on something, on a project, so it's good because we are both growing. It's not competition, but it's growth. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So what are your dream fashion weeks? You feel like these fashion weeks, I'm dreaming, I wish to go showcase there. Name them.
I have to be on London Fashion Week.
Okay.
And New York Fashion Week. Yeah, I'm working towards that. And my pieces have to be on those runways.
Okay. And all the best, you can make it. So another thing that I want to ask you, it's about the marketing, how you frame yourself. Like when you look at promotion on social media and on YouTube and wherever you use to promote your project and your pieces, are you worried about copy paste? Like someone will go copy your piece and create again?
Designs are copied. People copy designs, but someone cannot do it the way you do it. Someone can copy your design, but they can't do it the way you do it. Like I told you, there can only be one Tabby doing her thing the way she does it. So I'm not worried about someone copying because the designs are hard to protect. It's not easy to protect a design. It's expensive and it's hard to protect a design. So it's also a good thing. When someone copies your design, it means that you're inspiring them. So I'm not worried about someone copying my design or because I'll always come up with something new and I'll always do it the way I do it best. So that doesn't worry me a bit.
Okay. See the future of Godmesa. When you look at the future of Godmesa, how do you see yourself in 10, 15 years? Or you're going to give up, you go back somewhere in the village to...
No, that's not happening. I've come so far to give up, and I see myself as a brand that wants to create wealth. I need to create wealth, and I will create wealth. I also want to create a job opportunity, especially for young girls who are coming from maybe colleges and who've studied fashion. I want to be able to give them the skill training and development, and just to nurture them and give them a story that they can look up to and a story that can inspire them. So I want Godmesa to be an inspiration. I want my story to be an inspiration for a young girl outside there, maybe a single mom outside there who's dropped out of school or who's failed in school and maybe doesn't know what to do with life. So I just want to be an inspiration.
Oh, that's so nice. And that's nice of you. So you are saying, in another word, if you get an investment, you can expand and you make a school so you can help these women, younger women who draw school from unplanned pregnancy and things like that?
Yeah, I want to do the skill development and training. Mostly I want to work with young girls.
Okay.
Because I see a lot of young girls, young single moms who've dropped out of school, and some of them just give up. So I want to be able to just nurture them and just mentor them into just coming into the fashion industry and making them know that it's possible. It can be done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who is your inspiring fashion designer in the whole world, including your father and your mother?
Okay, my first ever fashion influencer was my mom. Of course, my mom is very fashionable. I also love
In Kenya?
In Kenya, I love Kaveke. I love Kaveke does amazing work.
Okay.
I love Helen Fashion.
Okay.
Ellen Design does amazing work. I also love Fatuma Asha of Uganda. She does amazing. And Vicky James. There are many. I love Vicky James of Nigeria, and the Lucy Rouse, Akinyo Dongos. Yeah, those are legendary fashion designers that have paved way for young fashion designers like us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Talk about a little bit about yourself so we can know more about you. Actually, dear fashion lovers, fashion enthusiasts, we are almost close to end to our today's episode. As you have heard and you are enjoying to talk to Tabby, myself, I'm very enjoying, and she's taking us through fashion, talking about made in Kenya. So Tabby, you said you are coming from which part of Kenya?
I come from Nyakach region.
Okay.
I don't know whether you've heard of Nyakach.
I've heard that express, yes.
Yeah, it's somewhere Nyakach.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you mentioned something about cultural heritage. What cultural heritage from Nyakach that still influenced you to introduce into your design?
Luos are stylish by nature. Luos are very stylish. So where I come from, people are very stylish. So that helped into my creativity. Yeah, it has a way that it helped with my creativity.
Okay. I think some fashion lovers may ask some other personal questions like, what is your favorite food, Tabby?
My favorite food is chicken. I love kienyeji chicken and fish.
Okay.
Yeah, I love kienyeji chicken and fish. Yeah.
There is a question I used to ask these other designers who came here, like, what makes women unique than other tribes in Kenya? Like, where you came from?
What makes us unique? Where I come from, what makes us unique is that we are very vibrant and we are stylish in nature. And we are vibrant, we are stylish, and we love good things. Yeah.
So, do you do sports?
Yeah, I love outdoors.
Okay.
Yeah, I love outdoors. I love hiking. I love traveling. I love swimming. So I love outdoors. Yeah.
So when you travel outside of Kenya, which food do you like to eat?
When I travel, I can't dictate because it depends with wherever I'm traveling to. So I just dig into the local delicacies that are available. Yeah, but if I'm not familiar with anything that I'm not familiar with, then most of the time I'll just do beverages.
Okay.
Yeah. At times you can go somewhere and maybe you're offered something that you don't know, maybe you won't like. So I'll be good with beverages.
Okay.
Yeah.
Some of fashion lovers, they want to know even more, but there's some other questions they may not ask. Who is your boyfriend? But
oh my
so
goodness.
Do you have a kid? Are you married?
That's a bit personal, which
Yeah.
I'm not going to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm not going to talk about my married life and my kids.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
No problem. So, heading into end of our episode, I know you have a message to Kenyan fashion designers in general.
I would encourage Kenyan fashion designers to collaborate. There is power in collaboration and there is growth in collaboration. information. Let's not gatekeep information. Let's not gatekeep what can make us all grow. And also, let us continue to be creative and take up fashion to the global spaces. We have a lot to offer, and let's not shy away from looking for investors and growing our businesses and just doing what we need to do to be unique and to be hard and to take the Kenyan fashion industry to the global world.
I also know you have a message regarding sustainability, as your mission is to use sustainability through your fashion to even save Kenya. So what message can you send Kenyan fashion designers, younger and upcoming, even those established, about sustainability?
Oh, sustainability has become a global concern, and let's educate our clients because it starts with us. Many people don't know what sustainability is. If you ask someone even in the village what sustainability is, many people don't have an idea how clothes contribute to just the carbon footprints, how they contribute to doing a lot of harm to the environment. So we need to educate our clients on adapting timeless pieces and not doing the fast fashion. We need to just do the education and make people know the importance of sustainability and embrace eco-friendly fabrics, eco-friendly practices that can make this thing a concern to all of us. Yeah.
Two last more questions.
Yeah.
What message can you now share to Kenya government to support fashion designer, and where do you think Kenya government will intervene?
Kenyan government should offer a lot of support to Kenyan fashion industry because there's a lot of potential. They need to organize workshops for young people. They need to help them with the funding. They need to create markets and also industries that can help this fashion industry to grow. Fashion industry is a multi-billion sector that maybe the government hasn't put in as much work as needed. So if they do that, the economy will grow and jobs will be created for the young Kenyan fashion designers. Yeah.
And I know the last message, you have it for your clients, people who really help you, work with you, people who trust you. So what message do you have for them?
I would like to thank all my clients by Godmesa all these years. You've seen us grow, you've seen us how we started and everything. I would like to thank all of you, and just telling you and letting you know that I'm planning big things. I want Godmesa to grow, to continue to grow with you. I'm planning big things. I'm planning to bring a lot of unique pieces into the brand and keep it Godmesa. You'll see amazing designs. You'll see amazing things are coming. Yeah, so keep it Godmesa.
And fashion lovers and fashion enthusiasts, they may now have a question. How can we reach Tabby? Tabby has social media. So can you share your Instagram and where people should find your product and where can connect if they want to visit you?
Yeah, I'm on social media. I'm on Instagram at Godmesa, Facebook at Godmesa. I'm also on TikTok, and you'll also find me on fashion events. So you can interact with me. If you find me on fashion events wearing something fashionable, just stop me and ask. I will talk to you and I will make something nice for you. So don't shy away when we meet.
Okay. So dear fashion lovers, fashion enthusiasts, thank you so much for listening to this episode, and Tabby, thank you for coming today.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right.
I'm delighted.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to our episode. See you next time with your host, Celestin Ntawirema.